Hey everyone, welcome back to Yousaf Reacts. Today, we're diving into the colorful and action-packed world of Wonder Woman 1984. If you haven't seen it yet, don't worry, we'll keep this spoiler-free. Let's jump right in. Wonder Woman 1984 is the much-anticipated sequel to the 2017 hit Wonder Woman. Directed by Patty Jenkins, this film transports us to the vibrant and eclectic 1980 seconds, filled with neon lights, big hair, and classic 80 seconds tunes. The movie stars Gal Gadot returning as the iconic Diana Prince, also known as Wonder Woman, and Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. We also have new additions to the cast, with Kristen Wiig as Barbara Minerva, who transforms into the Cheetah, and Pedro Pascal as the ambitious businessman Maxwell Lord. Gal Gadot continues to shine in her role, bringing both strength and vulnerability to Wonder Woman. Chris Pine's Steve Trevor adds a lot of heart and humor to the story. Kristen Wiig surprises us with her transformation from a meek museum employee to a formidable villain. And Pedro Pascal delivers a captivating performance as Maxwell Lord. One of the standout aspects of Wonder Woman 1984 is its stunning visuals. The 80s aesthetic is captured perfectly, from the fashion to the music. The action sequences are also top-notch, with Wonder Woman showcasing her incredible powers in new and exciting ways. The mall fight scene, the car chase in Egypt, and the final showdown are all visually impressive and filled with edge-of-your-seat moments. But Wonder Woman 1984 isn't just about action and visuals. At its core, it's a story about truth, love, and the choices we make. The film explores themes of desire, power, and the consequences of our wishes. Diana's journey in this movie is deeply emotional as she grapples with her own desires and the reality of her powers. The dynamic between her and Steve Trevor is particularly touching and adds depth to the narrative. Of course, no movie is without its flaws. Some viewers felt the pacing was uneven, and the plot could be a bit convoluted at times. However, the overall message and the sheer entertainment value make up for these shortcomings. The film balances its serious themes with light-hearted moments, giving us a well-rounded superhero movie that stands out in the DCU. So, whether you're a longtime fan of Wonder Woman or new to her story, Wonder Woman 1984 offers something for everyone. It's a colorful, action-packed, and emotionally resonant film that's perfect for a movie night. Wonder Woman finds herself battling two opponents, Maxwell Lord, a shrewd entrepreneur, and Barbara Minerva, a friend-turned-foe. Meanwhile, she also ends up crossing paths with her love interest. In 1984, after saving the world in Wonder Woman 2017, the immortal Amazon warrior, Princess Diana of Themyscira, finds herself trying to stay under the radar, working as an archaeologist at the Smithsonian Museum. With the memory of the brave U.S. pilot Captain Steve Trevor etched on her mind, Diana Prince becomes embroiled in a sinister conspiracy of global proportions. When a transparent, golden-yellow citrine gemstone catches the eye of the power-hungry entrepreneur, Maxwell Lord. Now, as a dear old friend from the past miraculously enters the picture, and Barbara Minerva, Diana's insecure gemologist colleague, gives in to desire, suddenly, deceit, greed, and false promises catapult Maxwell into the limelight. More and more, cataclysmic events push the world to the brink, and emotionally vulnerable Diana must address a cruel dilemma. Can mighty Wonder Woman save humankind once again? As a young girl, Diana Prince participates in a multi-stage athletic competition on Themyscira against older Amazons. After falling from her horse and taking a shortcut, she is disqualified. Diana's mother, Queen Hippolyta, and her aunt Antiope lecture her on the importance of truth, because no hero is born from lies. In 1984, decades after the events of World War I, Diana works as a senior anthropologist at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., specializing in the culture of ancient Mediterranean civilizations. Diana continues to fight crime as Wonder Woman, albeit while maintaining some anonymity. At work, She meets Barbara and Minerva, an insecure woman who idolizes and envies Diana for her beauty and confidence, and befriends her. After Wonder Woman foils an attempted robbery, the FBI asks Barbara to identify a cache of stolen antiquities from the robbery. One item both women take notice of has an inscription in Latin. Businessman Maxwell Lord visits the Smithsonian under the guise of making a donation. Secretly, he covets the Dreamstone, hoping to save his failing oil company. Both Diana and Barbara unknowingly use the stone to fulfill their own desires. Diana wishes for her deceased lover, Steve Trevor, to return, causing his soul to take over another man's body. Barbara wishes to become strong and beautiful like Diana. During a gala night at the Smithsonian, she meets Maxwell, who seduces her. In order to gain access to her office so he can take the Dreamstone, he wishes to become the embodiment of the stone and gains its power to grant wishes, while also able to take whatever he desires in return. Maxwell becomes a powerful and influential figure as his body begins to slowly die, while leaving chaos and destruction in his wake as his wishes trigger instability and conflict. Barbara, Diana, and Steve investigate the Dreamstone's powers further, and discover that it was created by Decalafria Ero, the god of treachery and mischief. The stone grants a user their wish but exacts a toll. The only way to reverse the exchange is by renouncing the wish or destroying the stone itself. Steve realizes that his existence comes at the cost of Diana's power. Both Diana and Barbara are unwilling to renounce their wishes, so they try to find alternative solutions. Maxwell, upon learning from the President of the United States that the US satellite broadcast system can transmit signals globally, decides to use it to grant wishes to the entire world, inadvertently giving the United States more nuclear weapons, which threatens to start a nuclear war with the Soviet Union. Barbara joins forces with Maxwell to prevent Diana from harming him. Steve convinces Diana to let go of him and renounce her wish, regaining her strength. She returns home and dons the armor of the legendary Amazon warrior Asteria, then heads to the broadcast station and battles Barbara, who has been transformed into a being of pure rage after wishing to become an apex predator. After defeating Barbara, Diana confronts Maxwell and uses her lasso of truth to communicate with the world through him, convincing everyone to renounce their wishes. She also shows Maxwell a vision of his son, Alistair, wandering the street as chaos ensues from his fulfillment of everyone's desires. Maxwell renounces his wish and returns home to reunite with his son, averting global thermonuclear war. Sometime later, Diana meets the man whose body Steve was inhabiting, while she continues to protect the world. Ultimately, Asteria is revealed to be alive and living among humanity in secret, very much like Diana. I am no expert in comic books myself, but what I expect from a comic book movie is to be striking, visual, stereotypical, and above all, consistent with its past and its planned future. WW84 was neither of these. It wasn't awful for a random movie made by students, but it was really bad for a film made by a major studio, and starring talented people and having so much material to draw inspiration from. First of all, Gal Gadot had a supporting role in this film. She may save the day at the end, well, sort of, but the main character of the story was Max, the villain. Then every other supporting cast member had a development arc, while Gadot had about half of one, if I am being generous. Second, the story pushed in the invisible jet and that Wonder Woman can fly, in a clunky and hard-to-stomach way. You almost saw the outline of the executive shouting she needs to fly in the next movie. And third, I am wondering if this film was misandric or not. Men were consistently portrayed as weak, abusive, violent, lacking impulse control, and heartless. If it weren't for three male characters whose only quality was they were not evil, and that includes Steve Trevor and the random guy he inhabited, I would have seriously felt under attack the entire film. The result was something that felt like a draft story for a writer class, with bad CGI, improbable Deus Ex solutions to problems that were hard to swallow in the first place. Underwhelming characters, poor action scenes, pointless Trevor appearance. Unnecessarily physical solutions to problems that could have been tackled by simply talking to a person on a phone or something, and so on. And the ending was about how nice the holiday season is after a catastrophe that affected every person on the planet and almost destroyed the world. So no, I am not taking it anymore. I am tired of movies that are not made for children but assume I am one, and a dumb one to boot. I want good stories. I want compelling characters. I want people who do their damn jobs. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Wonder Woman 1984. Until next time, stay super.